Today is the 5th day of the 5th month in 2023. Isn't that amazing? And you and I are part of the living soul today. It is more than gratitude. So I'm thanking God for making me and my loved ones, my family, see this day, and we'll see more of this day on earth in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you very much for joining us today on News Review, brought to you by Wizamia Television, proudly sponsored by Nokwa Herbals. I am Ayomiko Alao, and I have with me in the studio Mofi Foluwati Awon Odeleke. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Always a pleasure.
I see you looking so beautiful, so I can't believe that the Friday is Friday. Hey.
Am I supposed to look ugly?
No. You're looking quite radiant today.
As it should be.
One day. Okay, thank you very much for joining. Everybody, as I'm looking at you right now, you're also looking so beautiful. So let's start off. We have several news that has made it to the story of several newspaper, and we'll be starting off with Vanguard newspaper. On Vanguard, we have the following headlines: Escape from Sudan, gunshots everywhere. We thought we would never return home, returning. We will reform judiciary for better service delivery, Tinubu. Suspended Adamawa wreck gets bail. Presidential election, why Obi couldn't beat Tinubu, ex-federal commissioner. Mudslide kills 130 in Rwanda. Wike's relationship with Tinubu won't last. Cabals will fight him, Primate Ayodele. The Punch newspaper has the following headlines: May 29 handover, military warns saboteurs, Gowon councils petitioners. I will fulfill all my campaign promises, Tinubu. Suspended Adamawa wreck, others restricted to Abuja and passports seized. Kano CP orders manhunt for man who stabbed mother to death. Daily Post has the following headlines: No single government finishes every job before leaving office, President insists. Amotekun nabs 2 for attempted murder in Osun State. Why I ran away from Twitter after election, Funke Akindele. Sahara reporters: I was forced to marry 3 Boko Haram terrorists, kidnapped Chibok girl narrates 9 years audio in captivity. We are on standby to ensure Tinubu is sworn in as president, Nigerian military. History maker: Osimhen seals Napoli's first Serie A crown in 33 years. Troops rescue 2 more Chibok girls 9 years after kidnap. Thank you very much for staying tuned with us, and we'll be starting off with this story that reads: Presidential election, why Obi could not beat Tinubu, according to the ex-federal commissioner, Professor Razak Abubakar. Razak Abubakar, who is known to be an emeritus professor and a former federal commissioner, has said that the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi could not have won the election against, or could not have beaten the president-elect Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the last presidential election. He outlined several reasons to the reason he felt like Tinubu would have been the one to have won and not Obi, and that Obi could not even stand a chance. He made mention of the fact that Obi had some projects or some things that he did in Anambra while he was the governor that did not allow him to be seen as reputable enough, to saddle the responsibility of the country. He also mentioned that when we look at the achievement and responsibility-wise, when we talk about Tinubu is ahead of Obi. In a situation whereby he said that Tinubu made several leaders, Obi did not make any leader. It was just him in Anambra and Anambra alone. He also made mention that Obi had some sections in the media where he was accused of some kind of tribal jingoism during his governorship tenure, whereby several people that are not of Igbo speaking people have been, not treated so well, among several other things that Abubakar mentioned. And he also said that during the time NNPP candidate Kwakwaso was actually at the Chatham House, he actually mentioned that Obi's electoral fortune was nothing more or less like a foam of the Andrew liver salt that only rises up with a lot of power, only for it to fall down immediately or disappears immediately. So to him, he feels like Tinubu is just like so much suitable. And he also made mention that if Obi, Kwakwaso, and Atiku had joined hands together, they might have won the election, having that it is PDP, and also the fact that Atiku has his own, Kwakwaso has his own, Obi has his own, so they can join their achievement together to make them to have won the election, but otherwise happened.
The truth is, we can't compare Obi with Tinubu. Tinubu he has made a lot of leaders. He has a lot of godsons. We can't compare Tinubu's achievement with Obi's. Tinubu has been in politics right from way back. Even before Obi thought of, I want to become the governor of Anambra State. And even if Obi had built leaders, it can't be as much as, in fact, the kind of leaders Obi would have built, you can't even compare those people with Tinubu's godsons. And talking about the tribalism issue, if there's anybody to be accused of being tribalistic, it should have been Tinubu, because it was one that chose a Muslim ticket, not the other parties. At least for every presidential candidate, it was just the APC that chose Muslim ticket. So if there's anyone that wants to talk about you are being tribalistic, you don't like some particular people or some particular religion or anything like that, it would have been for the APC. You get my point? And saying, of course, I can't agree to the fact that if Obi had not defected from PDP and Kwakwaso had also remained, probably Atiku would have picked Obi as his running mate, and the kind of supporters they all had individually
would have amassed to one
together. But the truth is, if Obi had actually ran as Atiku's running mate, if he had actually gone as Atiku's running mate, there will be no form of obedience. Obi wouldn't have had a stand on his own. So Obi wouldn't have even had the name he has right now.
And it has actually been like that before, because if you should recall that in 2019, Atiku and Obi were together. And when Obi came out to join Labour Party, he actually said that what they were doing was not, aligning with his own. So he felt like he has a new idea.
In 2019, did you hear of Obi?
No. I was like, I don't know, though I might have heard of Obi because, I saw it in the news that Atiku and his running mate, something like that.
Even when Obi was the governor of Anambra State, it was just there. Nobody was. He got for the presidential election. So him saying it's possible for Atiku to have won, or let's say the People's Democratic Party to have won ahead of the APC, is actually possible, and to a reasonable extent it might not be possible because Obi wouldn't have been able to. Even Kwakwaso wouldn't have reigned as he reigned. Because when the presidential election, of course, we're talking about three major frontline candidates. We're still referring to Kwakwaso. He won a state to himself, so that's an achievement on his own.
And another thing is that you see this Obi, Kwakwaso, and Atiku issue. I see that it is necessary that they come individually. Nigerians has gotten to a point where they felt like anything done to us at this moment, we are ready to retaliate. Nigerians were so fed up; they needed a Jesus. And Obi came at the right time. Obi is just like the only one among the four frontline candidates, let's put it that way, that to some extent has a clean record. At least the one we don't know of. The one we know of, he has a clean record. At least Atiku is a one-time vice president, and they know what they have on him. Kwakwaso is not like a saint. He has some other things too. So Obi was just like that one. Everybody felt like this one has never done anything to taint his image. At least we don't know of it. So let's see what he has to do. And he's seeming like the youngest of all. Let's have the younger one. It's a new party, not PDP, not APC. Let's see what they want to do. So I think that and many other reasons gave Obi some level of edge, ahead every other one. But then, like, competence too is part of it, because it is not only about you having an edge or you having some potential.
Talking about competence, people were making reference to what Obi actually did in Anambra State. And if we check well, we would see that he actually did well. And the selling point was, if he could do this with a particular state and he did not embezzle anything, and we don't have anything against him, there's nothing on him, then we actually feel like he can actually do better with the old country. But unfortunately,
God actually knows. My advice to Obi is to try it in 2027, because winners don't quit. quit. Yeah, winners don't quit and quitters don't win.
Exactly.
So let's just see him try again. I'll be watching out for Obi 2027. I'm not the one that said that. Why I ran away from Twitter after election, Funke Akindele. The famous Nollywood actress turned politician, Funke Akindele, has opened up on her sudden disappearance from the microblogging platform Twitter after losing the gubernatorial election in Lagos State. If you recall that Funke Akindele actually ran with Jandor, Abdulaziz Adeniro, popularly known as Jandor, for the seat of Lagos State Governor, and then both actually lost to the incumbent governor, Sanwo-Olu. And so now this come actually after the whole Sanwo-Olu has won and all of that, and a lot of people feel like she has been off the gram for a while, and she made a particular post, I think yesterday. Then they followed, people actually commented that, okay, Mama, it's been a while that we saw you, girl. Are you, you see this Twitter, now too they abuse, and I would support that. Twitter is a ground that you will go to and you will regret going. If you are not careful with your words, they will give it to you. So they don't even care whether the race, the gender, the status. A person where they are insult Elon Musk, person will get up. So people are just so uncouth on that app, and you have to be very careful. So according to her, she said it's not like I ran away. I'm just like I just decided to be careful around you all. And I think for mental health, it is necessary.
I was going to say that because if she did not run away, not like she ran away, she did not go off Twitter for a while, what would she be doing? That's when that would actually give room for a lot of people to start saying all sorts of things to her, like they're a loser and all of those things. And judging with the fact that the app in its entirety should not. I'm sorry to use this. They don't send your papa. So you see, people on Twitter is only one person that is saying on Twitter, and that's me. Every other person is not saying because
it's just like when you're driving on the highway, everybody's mad.
And for our own mental health, because I'm sure she's back and she's stronger than she left. So it's actually okay. It could have actually happened to anyone.
Another thing about that I really appreciate about Funke Akindele is the fact that her zeal, her energy to do more. She lost the election, but she won in her career. At least, let's say that first career.
She's still winning.
She's still winning. Okay, let me put it that way. The election was not favorable, but every other part, because look at that movie, Battle on Booker Street. It's just a blockbuster, and it's indeed. Let me keep it. All the money that she made, if it is just possible that Funke Akindele should just do 10%, like she don't learn. But then I love it when people realize their mistake and they are able to bounce back. You don't allow your failure to let you down. When you fail, you re-strategize and you pick it up from where you stopped and continue pushing, because you don't know that is not like your end. You actually have a lot of places to go. So if you know that and you have that at the back of your mind, then you will continue winning. I think that's what I learned from Funke Akindele. Wike's relationship. Oh, let me save this for the last. Let me continue with Tinubu. I will fulfill all my campaign promises, Tinubu. The president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Thursday has vowed that he would fulfill all the campaign promises he made to Nigerians when he assumes office from May 29. Tinubu, whose campaign manifesto was tagged the renewed hope, made the promise in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, while inaugurating the magistrate court complex built by Governor Wike of Rivers State, and also named after the former chief judge of the state, Justice Iche Undu, retired. And he added that he promises Nigeria of unity of the country, and it is non-negotiable. And that is why Wike and himself are promoting that jointly. He promises to be fair to all. And he also said, we will fight poverty and we must fight it rigorously. I love the way he made use of the lexicons, because they were actually, given what it actually meant. He said they will fight poverty of thinking, poverty of standard, poverty of reasoning. Now, he did not say we will fight poverty, like poverty that everybody knows, the SAPA. So he's making it, I think people should resonate with Tinubu now. So it will not be later, you guys will now come back to say that Tinubu said you fight poverty, I do not have money to. He said, I will fight poverty of thinking. of thinking, of standard, and of reasoning. The way we think, the way we reason, the standard we place on things. I think once those ones are fought, then we'll be able to, you know, navigate our mind to being productive, and then that would in turn bring money to us, and that will now fight Sapa that we know as general word. Okay, and he also commended Wike for building the magistrate courthouse. He said something, and I feel I agree with him. He said that the judges are the ones that are in charge of the judiciary system of the country. So if they are not taken care of, if you leave them in a crumbled house, you know, to give verdicts, then they would have to be giving wrong verdicts among other things. So we need to take care of them. They are the ones that are maybe like the stronghold of the system. So we really need to take care of them. And Wike doing this is actually like a step to that greatness. So he actually commended that. So I want you to now say what all the questions, all the things that is in your mind that you feel about Tinubu saying is fighting poverty.
Before I go to the poverty fighting and
okay.
Tinubu is already contradicting himself.
Oh.
When Tinubu was campaigning, he said, I'm picking competence over national unity.
Of course.
Right now, he's saying that I'm working towards unity, make everybody stay united in Nigeria. That's what we can. Of course, Wike is in
PDP, and even it's not even Yoruba. He's not a Muslim.
Okay, and Tinubu is in APC. So is it that the unity you're talking about is just for some certain set of people not being able to analyze that? Because I'm going to hold you by your words. National unity, then you're saying unity, and you said you would fulfill all of your campaign promises. And for Tinubu again, I feel like yes. Tinubu is like I mentioned it yesterday.
Talkanzu.
He feels like a man of his words, and I just want to believe in him. That's just by the way. And as regards the poverty,
yeah.
See, let me do that. Tinubu has said it, and that's what he will do.
Of course.
So if after 4 years you are still very, although it is not Tinubu that will make individuals rich, but if the economy is good, at least it would have
everybody will be buoyant
impact on every citizen of the country.
Yeah.
But now Tinubu is not saying I would make sure that the naira to dollar rate is reducing. I will make sure that there is surplus of kiniko. So it is your mentality, it is the way you think, and what strategy you want to put in place to be able to reduce that poverty shrinking mentality. I don't know why he wants to do it, but let us be aware. This is just to sensitize everybody that Tinubu is not coming to eradicate Sapa
poverty.
It is the way you think, the poverty of the mind. Because actually, even if somebody is very rich, to be realistic, and you have a poverty,
a very poor mind, or mindset.
Exactly, is your wealth is just nothing. So the motive, the way we think, our mindset about things actually matters a lot, and that's what Tinubu is coming to tackle. Okay,
based on the question you had, you actually were like, okay, Tinubu is contradicting himself. To me, I feel he's not contradicting himself.
Okay.
When he talks about him picking competence over national unity, what he actually meant was that for the seats, and yes, on behalf of Tinubu, okay, what he meant was that for the seat, because obviously everybody has opened their mouth like this, they want to take the lion's share, or maybe they want to be the AGF, they want to be the minister, so Tinubu is just clearing the we'll get during election, but so Tinubu is just saying that I will not be Igbo, Yoruba, I will look out for the ones that I feel can help me do the job, and they will do it right. Those are the ones I'll be picking. It's not like I'll be looking out for it has to be one Igbo, one Yoruba English, the way you used to do. Okay, so that's what he's just trying to clarify. And now in saying that I will unify everybody, that I will be fair to all. I will not say because I am Yoruba, I'm a Muslim, then there are things that has to do with the Christian